It is 9:30 at night when that lovely box of dolls arrived from Queen of Squids the other day. I had actually just started working on a sewing project. I spent the rest of the day, after I opened the box, getting heads on the bodies and breaking that one head. But then I wanted to get back to my sewing project because I don't like leaving projects unfinished. It was this cardigan, which I actually managed to use the buttons, some of the buttons that Queen of Squids sent, so that was a wonderful bonus that the project I was already working on was able to use something from that box. Like I said, amazing. But now I have all these naked dolls standing around. So that has also come to feel like an unfinished project. So I want to get them dressed before I move on to anything else. I was going to dress them earlier today, but things kept happening. So now it's about 9:30 at night. So let's see if I can get 11 dolls dressed by 11 o'clock. Or 11 dolls. I'm already tired. See if I can get 5 dolls dressed by 11 o'clock. If you've seen my dressing dolls videos before, you know that I probably can't. But I'm going to try. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm going to put who in, except one doll. I do kind of want to put these. I'm zoomed way in on the doll dressing area. I'm not sure if it's going to be weird or not. Alright, so first doll is this with the nice clone head. I put her on a standard curvy body. I am leaving the plastic on her hair until it's time for official photographs, just to try to keep it in place a little better. And this kind of doll has like the hollow sphere neck knob, and I put a bunch of stuff, plastic bits around the Barbie neck knob to get the spherical neck knob to work. I don't know how solid it is, but it's good enough. All right, so get into my curvy clothes. I don't know. I think I want her to wear separates. Probably that I've made. Oh, I did recently get the Walmart 5-pack bonus curvy that's wearing this, and yeah, the first thing I did was take the decal off the shirt. It's not perfectly off the shirt, but it doesn't say anything anymore. But don't think I'm going to go with that just because it's still not completely my style. I was thinking about this shirt, which I made from just an odd scrap of fabric that someone sent me. Don't use it very often, but I do think it's pretty. I think, yeah, I actually sewed it across the grain, so it doesn't exactly sit in the most optimum way, but it's okay. I don't know, it could end up that this video is, I'm talking so quietly, because even though husband has gone to bed, that's all the way across the house, and with his fan running for white noise. The child is in the next room with headphones on. It's not like anyone can hear me, but still. Does that go with her red hair? I think it goes with her red hair, but maybe not those orange lips. There is a little bit of orange floral. I honestly might repaint those lips, because those lips are going to be a big limitation for me. So I probably will repaint the lips after I get this doll. So here's the skirt that goes with it, which, you know. I did not make these were a gift. I think they're supposed to be on some smaller scale BJD. I don't know if I'm going to go with them. I'm just seeing how this looks. I thought they fit curvy. Yeah, they do. Just. It's cute. I was thinking though, is there a skirt or I could go with these slightly longer purple shorts that I made, which I might do because these are a little snug. See? This is the skirt I originally made to go with this shirt. It's a very long, high coverage outfit. So something shorter, maybe frillier, I don't know, is different from what I originally intended. I had been thinking that maybe a frilly pink skirt or full pink skirt, but I don't think I have any plain skirts in curvy size. That's not the child trying to come in. The child just taps every doorknob that goes past. A lot of loose threads here. Or do I want to tuck this in? Oh, that could be cute. Let's see. Did share pattern for these shorts, and the shirt is a variation on the pattern I shared too. Try to remember to put a link in the description. Trying to blouse this shirt down enough that it covers the waistband. Yeah, that's not working. I don't know if it's visible in here, but I keep the this guy that Joshy painted in the doll clothes box instead of with my project dolls because I have a distinct idea for an outfit I want to make for this doll. I just haven't done it yet. Alright, so we're going to go we're going to go is a flat foot curvy body, so I'm somewhat limited in my shoe options. It could take me longer to find shoes for this body than it took me to find clothes for it. And then these, which are, no, not unless I have to. Let's see honestly. Oh, I have, see these shoes. It's a little too dark. I will if I have to. These are Barbie shoes, aren't they? No ponytail shoes. Barbie. These are Cindy shoes, actually. Very kind of cute. Not what I'm going for. What if socks? I'm gonna change the angle on the camera because this is zoomed in too much, isn't it? Alright, now you can see what I'm doing, if it's worth seeing. I guess I should wait till I find shoes to figure out if I want to do socks. I'm kind of thinking that I might end up going with larger shoes. Bulky socks and put on. I didn't know. These flat feet on the curvy body and the petite body, and I guess the tall body. I don't have any of those. Vex me because they are such a weird angle. Maybe the pull-up shoes here. Although those are actually really big, I would have to put socks on. Too small. I wish the current shoes would fit. I mean, yeah, they're a little orange. What am I doing with? But I do kind of want sandals. Not going to work. I'm not going to go for the Young Sweetheart shoes that usually end up on gymnast bodies with flat feet, which are even more weirdly flat than these feet are flat. Alright. Back to the possibility of something in here. These won't work because they have a slight heel to them that these feet don't have. What? Those Skipper shoes fit. Kind of. they're not sandals like I was hoping. They're also not, you know, desperation sports shoes. I mean, I do have these now because again I got that doll, which these are the best flat curvy shoes ever, but I don't want to use them on this doll, sorry. I'll probably use them when I redress ZZ, the Zig and Zag, who's now on an articulated body, because she's a favorite. But I think I can get a little bit of socks under that. I have these really thin leopard print socks that I made. And everybody knows leopard print is neutral, right? That makes the shoes just a little bit too tight. Okay. And this would make her lips make sense, but no. No, I think I'm gonna leave off the jewelry. Alright, partly because I'm still dealing with the plastic on her hair. So, cute casual outfit, right? That'll work. One down, I'm not checking the time, just grabbing the next doll. So this is that Jam and Glam Christie head, who I put on one of the bodies I showed that I had recently freed that was just right. So I do need to trim her hair since I am never going to flip it around so the black hair is dominant. I need to trim the back so that it's nice and even. Not tonight. So the list is to trim her hair, paint her lips, and doll's work is never done, or something. Alright, so am I going to just dress her in blue? Because she's supposed to be. Let's see, I really haven't been into dresses as much lately, even though they are a lot of fun to make. Just haven't really been putting dolls in them. Also, my separates feel a little awkward. That's empty. This is the bag of LOL OMG stuff that I have not sorted through yet. I could put her back into the outfit she was wearing when she was sent. That would be funny, right? See, I feel like her hair is a little formal. So I don't know if I want to go too casual. This is my more formal doll clothes bag, whatever my definition of formal is. Maybe. I'm taking things that have at least some blue in them. I need it to be a cool blue, not a warm blue. Or, I mean, other colors can work, anything catches my eye. It seems suitable. I don't think this will fit a modern body. I had to sew it back together because it shredded because the fabric is so delicate. So I don't know if I can even... The last doll I remember having this dress on was a Monster High Claudia. Yeah, it's not going over the hips. So I should not have this in the Barbie bag. Maybe I will put this in the Skipper Blythe Miracle bag. Which is where this is. This technically doesn't quite fit a Barbie body, I don't think. I mean, yes, it's supposed to, but it was made as cheaply as possible. And I have been looking for a source for these piano key sequins like this. Most of them that I found were holographic, not plain metallic, and I want just plain metallic like this. See, it does not close on this body. But if she did wear this, I would put something else over it. Also, if I found a source of piano key sequins that I liked and I acquired them, I would figure out how to finish the edges, because this is not finished. And the sequins are fun, but the edges not being finished are not fun. Alright. I'm going to try this on her. This was made for an original ponytail Barbie, so it's probably going to be all wrong on this Fashionista's era body. But I'm curious. Yeah, really tight in the waist, really loosed in the boost. Alright. Kind of going for this because of all the blues and the purpley, pinky reds kind of match her lipstick. But also I'm drawn to this because it doesn't match anything. Yeah, floppy hands through elastic sleeves, never fun. Alright, there's one. Come on, we can do this. Alright. should flock this doll so she seems to have an undercut because of where the hair is actually physically on the doll's head. I actually do, I like that dress. I don't know if I like it on her specifically, but I do like that dress. Made from weird fabric, not the least bit in doll scale, the print. Okay, but I want to get blue in more places. And I don't think I'm going to move this doll. I don't think I have any stain. I don't think I have any hats in that size that are cream. I know I could just put Joshy clothes here into the bag with the other knits and crocheted things, but I don't want to yet. This is not adding blue to the outfit. It does coordinate the dress. I'm going to put this over some long sleeves. Anyway, I'm trying to get to my bag of hats. Where is my bag of hats? Okay, I do have a yellow beret. I don't know, it's an old Cali Girl Barbie skull cap, more or less. That is so simple in its construction. I really should have made 8 million copies of it myself by now, but I've not. I just can never remember if it's actually being used or if it's buried in here because it's also very small. Or if it finally fell apart because it's a little, you know, metal quality. Higher quality than what we have now, but not really withstanding. Okay, so I'll try the just double checking. Alright, try the yellow beret. This is super fine, and that super fine doll hair. Can it come on, I think? Alright. Scarf. Because the beret goes with the scarf, right? See, I've got that, which is just plain white, which there actually is white on this print. It's not all cream, but it's not obvious that it's not all cream. It's a little too witchery. I think I have anything like in the same color as the beret. Again, I'm speaking very quietly, even though I don't need to. I could do more daisies. I could do, oh, I think we can do that. Do some gingham. Some pink Barbie gingham. You know, I made this years and years ago. I think I made it intending it to be a headscarf, not a neckerchief, but it's cloth tied around a body part. It's interchangeable. Alright, now shoes should be a little easier for this one, although because she actually has ankles. This was the Barbie Style Grace body, I believe. I mean, these were Grace's shoes. And these, I ended up with several pairs of these. I think I only bought 2 Grace's. And they were on clearance. I know, different time, different place. You know what, that is cute. I don't think I have any blue shoes. I mean, I could do those, though those would match the hair. They wouldn't be taking advantage of the foot's flatness, but you know, the foot doesn't have to be flat. Green. I do think it's funny to put these reproduction vintage Barbie shoes on feet that can be flat, because they're not meant for feet that can be flat. Okay, I was doing that to be funny, but it's kind of a rain boot look. Like she's very ready for springtime. There's spring color hat and spring color hair. And ready for rain. Are there any? No, I don't have any ivory flats. But I might. Am I once again taking longer on the shoes than I do on the whole rest of the outfit? I might do that because, oh wait, never mind. Another weird pair of flats that are actually meant to go onto high heel feet. But the problem is they're supposed to go onto old style high heel feet, so they're not quite the same shape as doll feet now. But they do match a little better. Oh, well no, those are for curvy. Oh, that's such an odd color of red. I only use those. is a very bright red on bright red on the dress. Am I overthinking this? What if I just use these most absolutely bizarre shoes that are also socks? Now I'm going to use the weird faded red shoes that don't actually match. Alright, and I'm going to call her done. And how long has that been? Yeah, I'm still doing about 15 minutes a doll. Alright, grabbing the next doll. That is the what's-her-face head on an articulated fashionista's body. And I'm leaving her spooky and faceless, because that's what we tend to do with what's-her-face bodies, heads now. Although I do have a friend who painted like leech mouth on it and then gave it a clown outfit. It was fabulous. So back into the fancy dress box. Look at that again, actually. Look at this again. Am I just going to be dressing everybody for springtime? I don't think I have any. That could work. This what's-her-face was called Beach Cool. So she's definitely supposed to have more of a surfer, groovy vibe. I'm going to do with that. Trying to dress them fast. You know that's not going to last. Did not mean to rhyme. Sorry. Yeah, the what's-her-face head went right onto the Barbie body with no problem. And like I said, since Mattel's skin tones were fairly standard, the match is reasonable. Most people who I've seen put what's-her-face heads on more modern bodies tend to put them on Ever After High. Just because the what's-her-face body is smaller, and also that gives like an instant spooky faceless doll that fits in with Monster High. But we're going with a groovy California vibe? Question mark. I mean, I could go completely ridiculous and do the roller skates, but I don't think actually, I'm first going to see if there are any lightwear. To work with this. These might be the Momoko size that won't even fit on Barbie. Yeah, those are Momoko size. These are kind of tempting because the spots in the dress aren't black, they're brown. I made these tights randomly. I decided a while ago that I was just going to use up some pieces of fabric in the stash. So I made leopard print tights in a lot of doll sizes. Yeah, that's fun. Alright. Green shoes, we could go straight in with these. As far as matching although these shoes are more 1970s than 1960s. And it does have the green. I could use those high heel shoes that are made for, or flat shoes that are made for high heels like that. It's not quite the right color. I could go super vintage. No, I can't. Because these old clone boots requires either tiny or squishy feet to get into them. I don't have a lot of green shoes. A while ago, Queen of Squids sent me a lovely, enormous bag of thrifted doll shoes. But because they're coming from Queen of Squids, all the greens were gone. I don't know if I should put pink anywhere to match the pink streaks in the hair, which are incidentally color change. But they just changed to really, really pale pink, or actually not even really pale pink, a paler pink, as I discovered, not even when I was heating the hair up to get it flatter than it had been, but just when I was handling it. Oh wait. We could do cowboy boots. I feel like that's, I was gonna say, I feel like that's too much brown on the bottom, but is it? Is it? Yeah, I can't resist that amount of tackiness. Kind of abandoning the 1960s-ness of it. But we're going with it. Do we have, yes. I have some blue Barbie bracelets. Oh, it'd be nice if I had brown. Just because right now all the brown is below the waist. But we know I don't have brown. So that's where we are on her. Trying to go fast. Don't know if I am. Alright, so that's 3, 2 to go. And this is where things get weird. So this is one of the clone heads that had the orangish golden hair. I got rid of this one's hair immediately because it had ick in it. And she's wearing a Create a Monster wig, which is not on super securely. I was going to put a pin in it. I'm going to do that now before I do anything else. It's not perfect. It's going to hold on better than friction alone. Okay, so she is on a DC superhero girl body with gem hands. Weird combination, I know, but it's what I had in the box. I had actually put the hands on this body a few days before the head arrived, so that was cool to see that the head matched the body reasonably well. It fits on top of the weird DC superhero girl's neck really well. There's just like a bread tab inside and the spacer to hold the bread tab secure at the bottom of the neck peg. And but other than that, the diameter of the neck was just right. And then I put these cartoony hands on, and so they match how cartoony the face is. And fantasy hair color. Okay, but what are you going to wear? I think the body, despite being strange, the torso is about Barbie size. But, again, is she going to be extra spooky and wear the spiderweb dress? I don't think so. I am kind of out of practice with my doll stuff, so I don't really remember exactly what I have. Cheezosaurus Rex, which could work on a doll, but not this doll. Is everybody gonna wear blue? I mean, I guess a lot of them have blue hair, so it kind of makes sense to put blue on a lot of them. Kinda. We could make her a beatnik. This and a pair of the black capri length leggings from the first Made to Moves. And barefoot because of, you know, the giant feet in this body. Her super 1960s makeup is a little unusual for my dolls. So it's probably going to give me issues finding something that I feel is completely suitable. I can give her the Barbie bowling. The old Azone, let's go on Starship and go to the Fantastic World. That's so early 2000s. She is 60s though. Oh, I forgot I left this all the way open in the back. I used to, but I still default to sewing the bottom backs of the shirts together, even though there's hook and loop tape all along the top. Because when I first started sewing doll clothes, if I just sewed the hook and loop tape all along the back, then I could never get the bottoms even, because I would always stretch one side more than the other. Maybe she should be wearing Skipper or Momoko or Blythe size shirts. Maybe it's just Barbie size from the waist down. But anyway, I'm a little better at keeping things even now, aware of the problems, so I can sew a shirt that opens all the way down the back. I just forget to, because default is not that. Well, I could do this thing for her. Oh, that could be fun. Will this fit her? Now, it really goes with her lipstick. Again, I don't know if it will fit over some of these modern curves because it has been taken in so much, because it ripped out along a lot of areas. I don't know if I can get the hands through or if I need to take them off, which is an option. I don't know if the arms might be too muscular. Yeah, the arms are too muscular. Not finding anybody to wear this dress at the moment. Okay. I'm just looking at my options before I try that. Which, like I said, is so much fun, but just so unfinished on the edges. Oh. I was laughing at this. I forgot about having that. I thrifted that doll. Well, not as I don't consider McKay's thrift, because you sell stuff to McKay's rather than sell thrift stores. Donate. Actually, I was going to look into this. Will this fit her? That would be ridiculous. The DC superhero girl body is so weird. Yes, they can't take the hand off. I forget how easy it is to get out of this. It looks like it is going to fit. I don't have anything else that goes with it though. I could do different tights. Maybe not today. No, I hadn't realized how faded this thing is. I used to have Baton Twirling Skipper, both versions, back when I thought it would be fun to collect dolls and leave them in the box when they're not collectible. But I eventually got to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. They're just taking up so much room. Some of them were deteriorating inside the box. A lot of them I donated in the box. So that black Baton Twirling Skipper is like one of my few doll regrets. The fact that I got rid of her. I did not know how rare the black 1987 Skippers would be. It's ridiculous. Okay, I feel like the unfinished hem kind of works on her because she's a clone. But I can make it worse. shoes. I think rainbow high shoes will fit on this body. Let's see, how is this gonna look? I have probably used these tights, this dress before. Unfortunately, you get them to stay up on this butt. I would have to do something at the waist, but you don't want to do half an hour. Probably fit. I might have to try a curvy pair. I know that's small. Thinking curvy because the feet are so huge on this body. Try this one. This is another pair of tights I made when I was just trying to use up some of my fabric. These tights fit every size bodies. I'm not sure what the size of the feet in this is going to do to the fit on this body. I'm torturing this dress. Yeah, that's ridiculous when you go with it. Shoes. I do have some large foot shoes in here, but not a lot. And I don't know if they're going to be large enough for DC Superhero Girls. This is Disney Descendants. The first wave of Descendants on those shoes. Just going to get into my bag of outside shoes after I put everything else back. I've got the basic toe. The Mattel wrestler divas, the wrestling divas dolls. That fits. I could do the fancier wrestling diva shoe. Although I'm still just old enough that I think tights, open toe shoes over tights is a little weird. I could do an actual pair of DC Superhero Girl shoes, although they're not meant to go over. They're not meant to go over tights, but I do think that's a nice contrast with how chunky they are. Do I have any? I don't know why I keep these boxes. I think there's only one pair of shoes and all the others are used. actual DC superhero girls. I need to get that toe snugged up. Alright. However, I'm going to put a jacket on this one. Maybe a cardigan, maybe an actual jacket. I finally separated my cardigans from my jackets, so that would be. Do I want to do the Halloween dinosaurs? Would that be ridiculous enough? I think it would. Yeah, we're going to go with Halloween dinosaurs. This is what I get when I try to work fast dressing dolls. Is it any different than the way I normally dress dolls? Probably not. I mean, part of it with this particular doll is that I think the DC superhero girl body is so weird. I don't have a lot of experience dressing it, because I tend just not to use it. Can I get the hand in the bucket? Alright, can we do a necklace? And an actual Barbie necklace. Not bright enough. Most of my Barbie necklaces are pastel. All of my Barbie necklaces are pastel. I'm thinking my necklaces are shorter. What's this? What's this? Yeah, we're gonna go with it. Do this real fast, although I did this more right before taking a photo. But I just want to remind myself that her hair can lie flat. Mumble, 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 mumble. Alright, so there she is. Not at all what I thought she'd wear. Now this last doll, that's what I kept these up for. Not this, that was something else. Because I do want to work. This is that bonnet that Josh made that just happened to really match this cardigan. I think Jameson, or no, that might have come from someplace hot, I don't know. Anyway, the last doll is this other Hong Kong clone doll head, and it's now on a Bo Peep body, which I have actually never done anything with a Bo Peep body before. And the way I got this head onto this body, it originally had some neck attached to it. I cut the neck off badly, so her hair will usually be styled to cover that. And then there's a Barbie head inside here that was super gluey, so the hair got cut off, the scalp got cut off. And then to fill the gap between the Barbie head, to hold it on at the bottom, and to fill in the gap from the top, that to the top of the inside of this head, it's it's the nozzle from a water bottle, silicone, that the water bottle got thrown away, and I saved the nozzles because I thought those look like they could be useful for dolls. And so I finally got around to using them for dolls. Okay, she's gonna need a dress or a shirt. How much of that color can I do? How is a lacy shirt going to look with, I mean, again, these hands off. I don't think so. Can I even get this on? And this body is so stylized that I feel like the lacy shirt is not really showing anything. So I don't think there's a gray collar on this. I was gonna say, I don't think I have anything gray. I do have that big that curvy size skirt I showed earlier. Although I don't know how it will fit on this waist. I guess it could just be really low-waisted, although that shows the top of her molded underwear. I don't know if I can do the lace shirt with all the knitwear that's going to go on top. I was figuring she'd just end up wearing something with a full skirt and an elastic waist. And this is why I don't usually start with clothes. Because sometimes I can get so hung up on wanting to use a certain piece when it's really not going to work on that doll. Wow, I did a terrible job. Inside these sleeve ends, huh? Not sure if putting this doll in a high-necked shirt is going to be a good idea. Although it will hide that slight color mismatch between the head and body. I've had this Bo Peep body for a while. It's so stylized. I did not want to use an even vaguely realistic head on it at all. So I was glad to find this head in that box from Queen of Squids, because its stylization is perfect for the Bo Peep body. Someone else has suggested it might also be really good for a Rainbow High body. and it might, but I don't have one of those at hand right now. No, that's too close fitting. She needs a waistband with elastic or other close fitting. That would probably work, but not with mauve. I want so this is the regular Barbie sized stuff. So anything close fitting on the hips in this bag is not going to work. That's some green squids. I think I've done that combination before, actually. Oh, ha! Maybe. She laughs nastily on doll clothes. I'm trying to wrap it up. I'm trying to finish. This might be stretchy enough. Yes, all right. All right. Give me my hand sock, my finger socks for this side at least. I think I've explained these are real Barbie socks. They are some of the weirdest socks ever. That's part of why I got the outfit they came with. That, and it was in Big Lots for pretty cheap. Just, oh, interesting. Okay. Are these sleeves not going to fit inside those sleeves? Come on. Another reason I thought of putting this bonnet on this doll was also to help hide the unpleasantness going on where I adapted the head to fit on this body. And in the previous body I'd had this hood and cardigan combo on was an LOLOMG. So the sleeves were a little long for that, and the senior was a little short for this, but I don't care. Alright. Shoes. Because she has ankles. She has options, I think. Completely wrong color. Good vibe. Or maybe the shoes won't be as easy as I thought. A little little too much sand. Excuse me, hiccup. Sandal. A little too much sandal. Come on, I was in such a roll. Yes, I hear you focusing, camera. I know my camera is kind of loud, and I know it can be heard sometimes in the video. I apologize for that. It's the camera I have. I mean, I do have the option of using the iPhone, but it's a hassle. I mean, the camera is a hassle, but it's a hassle I'm used to. Suddenly out of nowhere, blue! Oh, do I have, oh I do have a pair of those left, okay. Problem solved. I mean, being bare-legged is maybe scratch of a bit of a problem if she were human. But for our purposes, it's fabulous. I have some rulers here, so I put this up here so the top of this doesn't get caught on the rulers. It's actually a very lazy thing to do. Alright, so let's do these dolls in the order they were dressed. Starting with our lovely little clone, who will get her lips repainted to match her clothes. A softer, paler pink than this vintage orange. Jim and Glenn Christie, who's gone pastel for spring. Yes, I even count those shoes as pastel red, not pink. What's her name? What's her face? Beach Cool keeps her California vibe. I say with a question mark. This groovy clone, actually she's too, mod clone, she's too early to be groovy, who I haven't named yet, gets a riot of texture color and stripes and dinosaurs and sequins, and I really wish it didn't look like she should be holding a cigarette, but that's the kind of doll she does look like. Not here. And then this one, who I've been calling Marky, gets mauve on mauve and gray and white, and the cutest shoes made for the curvy body so far. Well, besides those Doc Marten type boots, which that's another doll in. I just found some head glue stuck to her sleeve. And anyway, that's the 5 dolls I made from the box of stuff that Queen of Squids sent that I didn't break when I was trying to just investigate. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna be able to go to bed on time tonight, so I'm tired. I'll stop talking. Thanks for watching.